My boss told me I think too much like an employee, not an owner, so I stopped thinking like an employee entirely. I work inventory management at a mid-size warehouse distribution center just outside Pittsburgh. Been there 6 years, never missed a shift. Always picked up slack when people called out sick or had emergencies. My boss, Trevor, is one of those guys who discovered motivational podcasts 2 years ago and never shut up about them since. Every Monday morning meeting became a TED Talk about ownership mentality, going above and beyond, and treating the company like it's yours. I actually bought into it for a while. I'd show up 15 minutes early every day to prep the floor, answered work texts on weekends, stayed late when shipments ran behind schedule, once came in on my birthday because Trevor said we were short-staffed. Even though my girlfriend had planned a surprise dinner, she wasn't happy about that one. Last month, I was reviewing vendor invoices like I do every week. Caught something weird where a supplier was charging us double for a pallet of damaged goods they were supposed to credit back. I flagged it, walked it up to Trevor's office with all the documentation, saved the company about $4 grand, expected at least a thanks, maybe a mention in the team meeting. Instead, Trevor leaned back in his chair and gave me this disappointed look. "You're too focused on small details," he said, tapping his pen on the desk. "You need to think bigger. Stop acting like an employee and start acting like you own this place. That's how you get ahead." I just stood there confused, holding my folder of evidence that literally saved us thousands of dollars. He waved me out like I was wasting his time. That conversation stuck with me for days. I kept replaying it, getting more annoyed each time. Fine. He wanted me to think like an owner? I'd think like an owner. Started coming in exactly at my shift time the next week, not a minute early. Clocked out right at 5. Stopped checking my phone after hours. When Trevor texted me on a Saturday asking if I could cover for someone, I didn't even open the message until Monday morning. Then I replied with a simple, "Sorry, wasn't available." Monday meeting rolls around and Trevor pulls me aside afterward. "Everything okay? You've seemed disconnected lately." I smiled and told him I was just implementing his advice, thinking like an owner. Owners set boundaries and maintain work-life balance, right? His jaw tightened, but he couldn't really argue with his own logic. For the next few weeks, I did exactly my job and nothing more. No extra effort, no volunteering for overtime, no going above and beyond. And honestly, it felt amazing. I had energy when I got home. Started hitting the gym again. Actually saw my girlfriend more than once a week. But here's the thing about doing your job properly without all the extra noise, you notice things. I was filing our quarterly expense reports one afternoon, something I normally rushed through while juggling 5 other tasks. This time I actually read them carefully. There was a line item that caught my eye. Equipment repairs and maintenance, consistently high every single month. I pulled our actual maintenance logs from the floor. We track every repair, every service call, every replacement part. Standard procedure. Started cross-referencing the payments against our logs. They didn't match, not even close. We were being billed for repairs that never happened, maintenance on equipment we didn't own, emergency service calls on days our system showed 0 downtime. I dug deeper, went back 18 months through archived reports. Every single month, invoices approved by Trevor for a company called Reliable Industrial Services. I'd never heard of them, and I knew every vendor we worked with. Looked up the business registration. Owner was Michael Hoffman. Searched Michael Hoffman on Trevor's Facebook, which he kept public because he loved posting motivational quotes. There he was in family photos. Trevor's brother-in-law. 18 months of fake invoices. Roughly $6,000 to $8,000 per month being funneled to a repair company that never set foot in our building. I sat at my desk staring at the spreadsheet I'd built, hands shaking slightly. This wasn't small details, this was fraud. I took screenshots of everything, backed up files to 3 different locations, built a timeline with documentation for every fraudulent payment. Then I sent it all to corporate HR with a detailed cover letter explaining exactly what I'd found and how I'd found it. Submitted it on a Thursday afternoon and waited. Trevor got fired on Monday morning. Security walked him out before first shift started. They offered me his position Tuesday afternoon with his salary. He got arrested Thursday.